Allowing someone to run amok in your life for decades is not being a good friend. That's being a doormat.
Jesus, let me know, but they show no fish. They say you found it, but she's still gonna hold on. They say you found it, but she doesn't want.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I wanted to bring you a review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 16, episode 11. I think there are 17 episodes for this season. Y'all, we are 11 episodes in and we ain't got Phaedra yet. God is so good. Anyway, before we get started on today's review, go ahead and hit the like button for me. When you hit the like button, it is a free way to support the channel and also let YouTube know that I am here and that you all are rocking with my commentary, so YouTube starts to shoot my content out to other viewers. I didn't feel like there was a whole lot to this episode outside of Shamia and Porsha, so let's just go ahead and get into it, okay? So we start the episode with Angela and Charles going to lunch. What did I tell y'all? Now, in this situation, I don't mind saying I told you so, because this is a big middle-aged woman. She's been a pick-me, and she was that way with Amari's father as well. Y'all, when she asked him for a kiss, he said, "What do you need a kiss for?" A part of me feels like she did that to show us how he is because she knows her man. Or maybe she thought she could play in his face on the cameras. Look, I don't know about y'all, but I'm a give me a kiss ass nigga. I want a kiss. And the person that I'm with, the people that I'm with are very affectionate. And they always trying to get a kiss from me too. So that is strange to me. That I'm going to ask you for a kiss and you're like, "What do you need a kiss for?" Excuse me? What's going on here? What is happening? I said, not this man been cheating on you for years and you can't even get a kiss out this nigga. Wow. Then you got the producer asking Charles, "Do you love Angela?" Do y'all see how he didn't even answer the question and then he said, "Next question"? A couple weeks ago when I did my side baby rumor coverage on my channel, I saw people moving the line and completely making up their own narratives about Angela based on their own lives and experiences. I feel like for anybody else, we would say that, you know, maybe Angela is bringing her marriage to us so that she can start the divorce proceedings. So go ahead, y'all, and put on your little construction hat, put on your construction vest, and get ready to block up the street, block up the road to move the line again. I already know how y'all are about to do because y'all like Angela. The problem is that when people like a person, they don't like telling the truth about that person. They like to create these narratives around them when the signs have always been there. Anyway, this man don't even like her, let alone love her. I saw people saying, "Oh, this is just how old niggas be." I saw people saying, "Oh, he just don't want to be on TV." Come on, I already know what y'all are coming with, so let's move the line some more. I told y'all already that Charles was the chink in Angela's armor, and y'all told me no, he wasn't. Y'all told me to leave her alone.
Leave her alone!
Call officers!
Leave her alone! Leave her alone!
Get her out of here!
Leave her alone! Leave her alone! Leave her alone, all of you!
Now this man got her on here looking like a damn clown. And this should just go to show you that sometimes you can be that girl in every respect, in every regard in your life, except for when it comes to a man. These men gonna have y'all looking crazy out here every time. I hate it for the girls. I really, really do. A man is gonna be y'all downfall every time. This is her show. This is her platform. This is something that she clearly wanted to do, and he can't even play along and he can't even pretend that he likes her. So Angela brings up her sister again and how they're not talking. She mentions the fight that she and her sister and her daughter had. Then she goes on to say, "Y'all are doing this under the house that I provided." You mean the house that Charles provided? Now, see, I hope everybody is seeing this. This is the danger of allowing a person to provide for you. Now, I don't want to hear a one-sided take of what is happening in this family. I want the sister to come on and tell her own story, and I'm standing on that. Because there have been so many instances on this show, countless instances where Angela has only told us half the story. And then weeks later, weeks down the line, we find out what was actually going on. How many times has that happened? We have chronicled all of the things that Angela has said that we're like, that's not making sense. You're not giving us the full story. That has happened so many times. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Listen, women, have your own money. I don't care who you are. Listen, do not ever put yourself in a position where, I don't even want family, nobody taking care of me, because listen, people will hold that shit over your head so fast. Let me just tell y'all something. Anytime somebody is paying for something, even if it is family, they will absolutely hold it over your head. Oh, I pay the bills around here. When you get a job. Meanwhile, they was the one who volunteered to take care of you. In this instance, it was clearly Angela who's talking about, oh, I want to take care of my mom. It's my dream. Yeah, I know for a lot of black people, we have this thing about, oh, I got to take care of my family. I got to take care of everybody around me. I got to buy the block. I got to take care of the hood. The road to hell is always paved with good intentions. Have your own money. Have your own shit. Do not fall for this whole, oh, so-and-so is going to take care of me. I promise you it's not going to work out the way you think it's going to. Do not put yourself in that situation. Anyway, in the next scene, we have Cynthia meeting up with Shamia. Cynthia looks really pretty and soft in this scene. I do want her to debulk that wig a little bit, but she looks really pretty. And I like the hairstyle on her. It's just like all of these heavy, dense wigs. But Cynthia, listen, Cynthia is a gorgeous woman. Period. Okay? Anyway, I like what Shamia had on for once, but I just wish it was like a regular graphic tee instead of a balmain. Like everything that this woman puts on has a logo on it, or it has like the brand name. I'm like, oh my God. Just because it has a logo or a brand name doesn't mean that you can, like, girl, we know you got a lot of money. It's like, like say it was like a concert t-shirt or something like that would have been, it was just so cute. And it could have just been left at that. Anyway, whatever. Shamia starts crying with Cynthia, and she says that she was blindsided, and she is saying that she would never give the ladies an opportunity to put her friendship with Porsha on the line. Shamia, do you know that you're on a show? Do you know that you are on a show, Miss Thing? You having the conversation with Angela and Kelly is giving them an opportunity to drive a wedge further into your friendship. Shamia is saying that she would think that Porsha would discuss things with her. Well, you weren't discussing things with her because you had all of this buildup going back a decade, and you're still mad about her not coming to your wedding. Now, here's the thing. It is not Shamia's fault that all of these women came to her and told her, hey, I think that Porsha is a bad friend to you, because it's what we have been saying as an audience for the past 10 years. Is it not? Shamia was put in an impossible situation. Now, do I think that she should have been told Porsha what the issue was? Absolutely. But everybody sees that Porsha historically has been a bad friend, and that is the issue here. Cynthia says, no matter how much this girl dragged me, I always gave her love because that's what I do. Shamia says that's a part of what's going on with this group, is that these girls don't understand good friendships. First of all, both of y'all sound stupid and crazy. Letting someone drag you and roll over you does not a good friend make. It makes you a doormat. What are we saying here? Shamia tells Cynthia that there are other components as well. Porsha says that my mom doesn't know how to accept you because of the history with our parents. She says it's hard to be her friend because she's always like, be careful around her. You can't trust her, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I said, excuse me? Now, if Miss Diane can say all of that, how come Porsha jumped up to threaten her on her Instagram a couple of days ago and deleted it? I did the coverage on that. It's in my very last video. So Miss Diane gets to talk about Shamia like a dog, and Shamia can't respond and say that she's hurt or say that her mom is hurt, then Porsha want to jump up to say, don't imply nothing about my mama, don't F with my mama. But your mother could be out here fucking with people. She could be out here putting her mouth on other people, but they can't respond to her? Girl, fuck you. Miss Diane is out of order, especially considering that her and Miss Sarah used to be friends. If me and you used to be friends and our daughters are still friends, why the fuck would you be bad-mouthing me to your child? Bad-mouthing me and my child to your child. Even if we did fall out. Both Porsha and Diane need their asses cussed out. Both of them. So it seems to me that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree here with Miss Diane and Porsha. It appears to me that they're both terrible friends. And I think that Miss Diane is a bird and she taught Porsha to prioritize a man at all costs. And that's why Porsha is so male-centered. That's why everything involving Porsha this season is about her and some man. Just a couple weeks ago, she said that she wanted to get her titties done. Then she said, oh no, never mind, because these niggas don't deserve new titties. Very male-centered. She went down to the restaurant just last week to film with Drew Sidora's abusive, soon-to-be ex-husband, feeding him information about Drew, asking this man, oh, have you ever sniffed a woman? What? That's somebody's husband. Out of order. Fighting over Dennis with Drew this whole season. Once again, very male-centered. When she came on this show, everything was about Cordell and being his perfect little Barbie. Now, she's had numerous men come on the show and accompany her. Then she saw Shamia get married to a rich African, and it became a situation of monkey see, monkey do. So she had to run out and find the first rich African that she could get her hands on, and it happened to be somebody's husband, who happened to be scheming and scamming and running around the streets with a bogus green card. Everything about Porsha's life is tied up in a man. So I know for a fact that she got that from bird-ass Miss Diane. Then we get this moment with Shamia in the studio with her friends and her sisters, and she's saying that she's picking out her single and that the moment is bittersweet because Porsha is not there. Shamia, shut your ass up. She just talked over your single and told you that it didn't even sound like you and that it sounded like Drew. So why the fuck does she need to be there? She don't even like you. This is the shit that I'm talking about with Shamia. Anyway, we're pretty much skipping over Kelly and Brittany for this episode because they ain't really had shit worth talking about, okay? They ain't had shit going on for real. Then we have Cynthia, Angela, and Porsha meeting up at the bowling alley. I really like this bustier crop top and the jeans that Angela had on. Cynthia is asking Porsha, how is PJ doing? Porsha starts lying again and saying that Pilar is asking for Simon, knowing damn well that little girl ain't asking for that man. Now, why do you continue to lie and entertain this foolishness about Simon? And why is Porsha's baby hair sitting on top of her eyebrow? Did y'all see that? She keeps stressing that they had a real family. It wasn't a real family because he was getting pulled over and stolen cars. That wasn't your real family if y'all was getting stopped at the airport, girl. Porsha's really pissing me off so bad lying on Pilar like that. Did y'all see how Miss Thing was jumping on her daddy like 2 episodes ago? She got her own damn daddy. She ain't checking for no damn Simon. She just always sounds so stupid to me. Like, Porsha brings up the Pampered by Porsha event and says, why does it seem like I'm such a horrible friend and that only Shamia is loyal to me? Either you lack self-awareness or you're acting completely dense and stupid. And I really do think that it's the latter. She keeps using her divorce as an excuse as to why she shouldn't deal with the situation with Shamia. She's saying, I don't want to divorce my best friend right now. Well, you don't have to divorce your best friend. A conversation doesn't mean divorce. But the issue is you don't want to take accountability for the shit that you carry on with. Why is it, oh, I don't want to get divorced? Just have a fucking conversation. What? She's saying I don't want to get divorced because she knows that the shit that she carried on with is grounds for somebody not wanting to deal with her or fuck with her as a friend. So it could be that too. In the next scene, we have this conversation with Drew and her mom we learned that Drew's dad passed away and that Drew's mom is almost 80 years old. She looks damn good to be almost 80, okay? Drew mama knows she look good. Anyway, Ralph is trying to get Drew's lawyer removed from the case, and he wants to claim as the rightful owner of Drew Sidora LLC. He also wants 40% of the new entity that she created as well. Ralph belongs in the darkest corner of hell. In the next scene, we have Angela and her mother, Miss LaMargaret, meeting up. Now, this is a beautiful woman. Rest in peace to Miss LaMargaret. I did see Angela's last Instagram post. She didn't say how her mom passed away or anything like that, but, you know, my love goes out to Angela. I know that that's not easy. But in any case, Miss LaMargaret doesn't want to live in the house that Angela bought her. What did I tell y'all earlier? To have your own things. She says that she wants to be self-reliant. How many people do you know would willingly get up as however old Miss LaMargaret is? Let's say because she's saying she's close to Charles' age. How old is Charles Oakley? Charles Oakley is 61 years old. How many 60-year-olds do you know that would be willing to pick up their life, to start over, to go get a new house so that they don't have to live in the house that you bought anymore, the house that you were supposed to buy for them because you call yourself taking care of them, to be self-reliant at 60 years old? Most 60-year-olds want to lay up and put their feet back and sip lemonade and go to bingo night and not have to worry about nothing. That is a lot of people's mama's dreams, to be taken care of by their child. That should let y'all know that there was a lot of shit going on behind the scenes with Miss LaMargaret, Angela, and Charles. Because when somebody is paying for everything, they think that they run your life. How many people growing up heard their parents tell them, oh, you think you grown? You can get out of my house and go and start paying rent somewhere else and pay your own bills. See, the whole idea is that when you get grown, you can go and you can pay your bills and that makes you grown. I can't tell you nothing at that point. And that is why Angela's daughter acts so entitled. Because she can run around saying, oh, my mother bought this car for my grandmother. And then you think you could just walk into your grandmother's house and take the car just because your mother bought it. Miss LaMargaret says that Charles said, your daughter needs to clean up. And then they got into it. But then later on, she says that she loves her son-in-law. And I thought that that was a really sweet moment because I feel like we really got to see her heart. And she said that she was sorry and that she loves him very much. I thought that that was really sweet. And, you know, her last time probably being seen on TV. I'm not sure if they show her again in the season, but that was a really, really sweet moment to leave off with. Yeah. Anyway, did y'all clock that Angela's mother said that her and Charles are almost the same age? Anyway, rest in peace, Miss LaMargaret. I would have loved getting to know her because she really seemed like a key to me. In the next scene, we have Kelly giving Khloe driving lessons. Her seatbelt wasn't on correct. If you can't even put on the seatbelt right, what are we doing? What are we doing? Khloe is rude as hell. This is the second time that, you know, she said to her mother, you know, oh, my anxiety. She's rude. She's rude as hell, okay? Anyway, Khloe's hair, her curls are sitting in her eyelashes. They're going into her eyes. Every time she blinks, her hair moves. Move the hair out of your eyes and maybe you can see the road. Why did... Let me move on before y'all get in the comments. I'm talking about somebody, child. Anyway... I mean, when you make your kid your storyline, we're going to talk about what we see, right? Then she's sitting in this big-ass Jeep.
And then on top of that, I'm not done. And then on top of that,
she got her hair in her eyes, and she ain't got her seatbelt on. And I'm like, what am I really looking at here? In the next scene, we are at Drew's house with her mother. And we get a snippet of one of her singles, Delulu. So shout out to Drew. Go and support Drew's album. It was a really good album. I did a review on my channel a couple of weeks ago. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Drew is saying that she and Ralph are better co-parents now, even though he's trying to take her for all that she has. Girl, you sound crazy. You sound crazy. And I'm glad that the mom clocked it, because if the man is mistreating the mother of his children, he's not a good father. The court didn't take the kids into consideration, and we get some clips of the children looking very checked out. The kids are clearly acting out because there are so many changes going on in the house, going on around them, that nobody is communicating. So if all of the adults are running around acting checked out, getting into it, why would the child act like everything is normal? We have to use our noggins. This judge clearly hates women. How is this smart? To have Drew leaving the house every other weekend and don't tell the kids about what's going on with the divorce. What the fuck is going on here? Who is this judge?
Also, I think I forgot to put this in my notes, but didn't Ralph lock Drew out the house? That man is an animal and he belongs in a cage.
In the next scene, we have Porsha and Shamia meeting up for lunch. Miss Diane calls Porsha, and I feel like Miss Diane already knew that Porsha was going to be at that lunch meeting up with Shamia, so I don't understand why she called. She FaceTimed her to be messy. So then Porsha is going to say, oh, you know, that was my mom. You know, she just made this face. Like, why would you tell her that? Clearly, Miss Diane knew that you were going to meet up with her, and then you're going to tell her that she made a face? Just nasty and dirty. Like, what is really wrong with this lady?
She's a trashy, no good bitch. She's always been trash, and she's gonna always be trash.
Shamia says that she is masking a lot because she handles the relationship with care. I do not think that masking and being passive aggressive and not telling your friend your true feelings is handling things with care. I actually think that that's a way of allowing resentment and animosity to build up in your relationship, if anything. Shamia is talking to Porsha, and Porsha lets out this big sigh. She goes, who does that? Who does stuff like that? But then she want to be quick to say, oh, I don't want us to get divorced. Girl, you're sighing and acting exasperated as she is telling you her issues with you. Porsha says that she's uncomfortable and that this is an uncomfortable situation. Anytime Porsha is being held accountable, of course, is an uncomfortable situation. The thing is, I think that Shamia didn't mind the ladies bringing up how Porsha has been a bad friend, because it is truly how she has felt this whole time. And it was a way for her to get her true feelings out without being direct. Shamia says that it feels as though Porsha is being dismissive. She says that when you came to me to tell me things about your mother, saying, don't trust me, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, Porsha goes, oh, I'm just telling you what she said.
Get out. Will you get out? You want somebody?
Why would you allow your mother to talk about your friend like that and expect for it to not be a problem? If my friend told me that her mother was talking shit about me, it's fuck you and fuck your stinking ass mammy too. Fuck both of y'all. What are we saying here? Shamia goes on to break the fourth wall and say she wishes that we could be the way we were off camera. And then she says that Porsha said that they gotta pay me more money for that. And if it wasn't true, Porsha would have corrected her. But she didn't. I said, wow. Wow. Why is this a friendship that you want to preserve? What is the appeal in this friendship outside of history? They gotta pay Porsha more to be real with her friend on the show. My God in heaven. Porsha immediately starts to shut the conversation down because the truth is coming out now. How disgusting of a person she actually is and has been behind the scenes to Shamia is on full display. Porsha immediately starts to shut down this conversation because the truth is finally coming out about how disgusting of a person she has actually been behind the scenes to Shamia. She says, Shamia, I don't want to argue. Let's not do this. This confirms that Porsha is jealous of Shamia and did not want to share the space with Shamia. Shamia says that it's hurtful that Porsha would reduce her feelings into being about the show. Porsha starts crying and says, this is a lot, Shamia, please stop. And Shamia says that she doesn't know why expressing herself is a lot. Porsha gets up from the table and she walks away and starts crying. Close the doors.
I said close them doors.
Anytime Porsha is being held accountable, she cries. She dragged Kenya down to the floor and she started crying.
I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. I am embarrassed myself. Got some house shoes. Get the house shoes right here, Carlos.
She lied on Candy, started crying.
Are you kidding me? Say that about somebody if you didn't tell me that.
Don't cry now.
Please, don't now.
Tried to beat up Dennis' mother. Started crying.
And this attack of the enemy in the name of Jesus Christ, I bind you, Satan. You got to go now.
Can I have her shoes?
Porsha says that she has never had to beg so much and so hard to stop a tornado, an ambush, an argument. The framing of things is very important here, because how is someone telling you their feelings an ambush? I truly believe that everything that Shamia is saying to Porsha, she has heard already. She's heard it from us on social media. She's probably heard Candy say it. She's probably heard other people say it, that she is an absolute shitty friend. Now, here is my assessment of Shamia and Porsha's relationship, their friendship. I believe that they met as little girls, elementary school, middle school, whatever it was. I believe that because Porsha is lighter and because of colorism, Porsha was always perceived as the prettier one, right? So that created this dynamic between them where Shamia felt like she was less than and she always had to run behind Porsha. Okay, she was always kind of like the tag along. I feel like they grew up and they never grew out of that mentality. And we still see Shamia running behind Porsha, even though now Shamia is the one who has the life and the lifestyle that Porsha always wanted. I think that Porsha is envious and jealous of Shamia and her life and her lifestyle and didn't want Shamia coming onto this show because the show is all that Porsha has, really. Shamia is talented, she's smart, she went to college, she is a singer, she's a host, she does all of these things. She has things going for her. She wants to work. Porsha doesn't want to work, much like Miss Diane. Miss Diane wants to sit on your bed and eat a large pepperoni pizza.
Crazy stuff is around here, bro. And what I had to deal with. Prime example, the mama sitting in my master bedroom one day on my cream chairs watching TV. First of all, in my master bedroom, and I ain't home. Eating a large pepperoni pizza.
Wow.
So, I think that they've outgrown each other, and that's okay. Anyway, y'all, those are my thoughts and opinions. Go ahead and get down in the comments with me. You already know I want to hear from you. Hit the like button on your way out. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting. And I will see y'all for the next one. Peace.
Question is what I do with the